All right, welcome to the Good Rookies podcast. My name is Faheem.
And my name is Nelly J, y'all, and we are good rookies.
That's right.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Good Tuesday to all you beautiful folks out there. And guess what? It is episode 36.
3-6.
36, guys. Like, I'm just so excited because on this podcast, we have one of my home girls, a sister from another, Faheem. Please introduce who we got.
Yes, Nelly J. So we may have your sister from another, but she's our podcast family. We love her coming on to join us tonight. We had a great time last time. She's a veteran at this, so we're going to get through this well properly. Let's welcome a super entrepreneur. Let's welcome Crystal to the podcast today.
Crystal.
I really appreciate it. Like you guys said, last time was a good time, so I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, man, this girl knows her things, man. So, Crystal, as a Black entrepreneur in 2021, you had to face COVID last year, which a lot of entrepreneurs, mentioned that it was not the easiest, but you were able to come out of that. Why did you want to start Slay Chick? What was it that made you want to create your own company and, design your own purses?
Yeah, last year was very difficult with COVID, but it was also really great in the new communities that were formed, especially online, and the support for small businesses that really erupted last year with COVID. Personally, I started my business. I've always been creative in some aspects, always made things, put things together. That's always kind of been, anyone who knows me knows I've always kind of had that vibe about me. And 5 years ago, I got laid off from my job that I had been at for 7 years. And so I was off for a year. It was the first time not working for all my life. I've always had a job. And it was the first time in my 30s where I actually had a time to stop and think about what I wanted to do. And my mom was the one who really was like, you've always done this. You've always sewn, created things, blah, blah, blah. See if you can turn it into something. And that's what I did. So I started in 2016. I started then, but I was reselling stuff. So while it was a business, it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. So I kind of stopped that for a bit. And then I relaunched in 2018 with some resale stuff, but also my own personal fashion accessory designs. And since then, it's been great. It's a lot of hard work, but it's very fulfilling because I feel like I'm equally yoked now with like my creative side and then my day job. I'm blessed to have a job that I also enjoy too. So yeah, that's why I started it, and it's going really well, and the support has been amazing. I feel really blessed. Last year was a really great year, especially near year's end. Christmas,
Awesome.
yeah, to the point it felt like a little overwhelming in a good sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been great, and I'm looking forward to continuing, and I have some new stuff I'll show at the end of the show, but yeah, so.
That's awesome. Well, folks, you heard it from Crystal. Like, if you feel that you're not equally yoked, you're just working, you're not happy at your job, launch something. Worst case, it works out what better. At worst case, it doesn't go well the first time and you relaunch again, right, Crystal? Like, there's many, like failure or fear of failure should be not stopping you from pursuing your dreams. So, Crystal, what a great story. Thank you for being on the podcast. And Faheem, let's get this show on the road, brother.
All right. So we're just fresh off the heels of Derek Chauvin.
His
the
verdict.
Nelly J.
Yeah, I mean, that day, it was a good Tuesday that day. And I was like, Lord, we just posted our episode. Is it going to be a good Tuesday or not? Let's see. And I'm just happy that, I mean, the jury was what? They came back in 30 minutes, which was really quick. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is good. That means maybe it's going to be guilty, right? Him being guilty in all three, I was shocked. And I heard some people, like some lawyers saying, oh, that's impossible. How could someone be guilty of all three? But folks, this is the first time we have someone kill someone like on like being recorded while being apprehended. Like there isn't really any like there's no legal count for this, what he did. So they had to try to create and make up things for this case. So I thought the jury got it correct. I don't think the jury was bullied by the media or social media. I really think everyone saw what happened. He kneeled for 9 minutes, they said. It was longer, it was 9 minutes. And people were telling him to get off. So clearly he didn't want this guy to live. He didn't, because as a human being, and I'm like, yo, if George Floyd was a white woman, a white boy, would this happen? No. So I was very happy that he was accountable and was found guilty. However, that same day, a girl got shot by the cops in Ohio. So it's just like justice will not ever be achieved until we have the system broken or revised or defunded, whatever you want to say it. How about you, Crystal? Your thoughts on the whole Chauvin case and his verdict?
So yeah, Tuesday already seems so long ago. I'm very happy with the verdicts. They came back very quickly. They had rested the day before at maybe like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the fact that they had a verdict so quickly, to me, meant that they found him guilty right away. If it had been longer, then you would have known some people were thinking he might be innocent and were debating on what charges could stick. But the fact that it came back in 10 hours, I was very confident that they found him guilty. I was very happy about that. I was also very happy at the speed of which the trial took place. It took place in less than a year from when the incident happened last year, which I think was really great for the city, because having something like that like over your head for so long, over the cities, I think, you just want to get it like resolved, and just having that there. So the fact that they were able to have the trial so quickly, prosecution present so strongly, the defense, they did what they could. They just tried to throw something out there, and obviously it didn't work. That's what they're paid to do, so I can't even fault them for that. But it was obvious, it was clear as day. There was videotape there. He murdered him. There was no other explanation. He murdered him, and the jury saw that, and they convicted him. And I'm glad that, for once it came back that way, because I'm glad it came back that way. If it hadn't, I
burn the whole place down.
They would have burned the country.
Burn the whole place down. No, yeah. I mean, they had to. But I think the cool thing was that the chief, even the chief of police, the commissioner, they were all against Chauvin. Like, they were like, bro, what you did was not right. Like,
all the witnesses that they had, like, you're right, the chief of police, like all the experts, the medical experts, they were like, he died from, I can't remember the exact medical term, but he died from strangulation, whatever that term is.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So yeah, I'm really happy with the verdict.
Yeah, so it looks like we're all on the same page with this. So I mean, we got the verdict that we're all looking for. So we'll see how this continues to progress with the others that have to have their time up. But we just mentioned about LeBron James and how LeBron, he texts about you're next, and also mention accountability also, which I failed to mention before, which is something that is key. That one's still up in regards to accountability. But we're talking about social media. I also think it's important for us to talk about KD and what's going on with KD and his social media presence right now.
He's an emotional man.
Yeah.
It like is it emotions only, or is it like a form of insecurity, like, or the need to be accepted? It's something deep. Like,
he needs validation. He needs validation in every single form. Ugh.
It's interesting because the feud with him and Michael Rappaport.
Right.
That happened. You know, as I read through everything, it's like, first of all, I've mixed feelings, right? I don't agree with what Katie said to him. It was disrespectful, yes, of course. But if that's how you guys talk to each other on a normal, I maybe I don't know if that's true or not, but he said that. Like we talk worse than that all the time. But I'm not cool with people posting private conversations on social media. Like if me and
Right.
my friend have a discussion or we have a disagreement, that's between us. I don't think it's appropriate to post any private combos on public. That's just to me slime for me
Mm.
personally.
Right.
Now if we have an issue and fine, that happens. I like how Shannon handled KD. Like, bro, you have my number, call me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going back and forth with you on Twitter. Like, I'm not doing that
Mm.
today. I'm a grown man. Call my phone, right? And
Right.
because Shannon understands that I'm not gonna post or share what we discuss on social media. Like, let's discuss it. There's an issue. We'll talk about it offline and go ahead. But Katie didn't want to do that. So it's like it's just two different extremes that he has, and I don't understand. Like, it's not consistent to me. It's not, and like you said, validation. He likes to like Chuck, like any commentator or anyone that attacks him or comments on him, he replies back. And it's like, is that really healthy for your mental health? Like mentally, like doing that all the time will have a toll on your spirit personally. So I just hope he's okay. Like is he depressed? Is he a therapist? Like he needs someone to talk to because this cannot continue any longer.
So there is another angle to look at it, though. When you mentioned about his mental health, possibly, keeping things bottled in can't be good for your mental health, also. So
True.
maybe, he's taking. I know he's a public figure and he's using a public platform. He can't go after everyone who has something to say about him. But if he knows these people, uh, and remember, we're not talking about him speaking about, Billy.
Nobody is though. He's applying to Billy's and Johnny's and
Well,
fans.
I wouldn't say Shannon, who has a huge followers of Billy. I
No, but
wouldn't
not
say
but,
Michael
no, but
Rappaport.
not Shannon.
Who,
But I'm saying like right now he replied to people on his comments. Like he was replying to everyone for him. The
right.
problem wasn't just Shannon and
Mhm.
Michael. He was replying to fans under his comment that were agreeing with him. So like
So,
he was replying to everyone, not just those two people.
so you do want, if an athlete's on there, it's funny. On some aspects, we look at that as great that the athletes have social engagement with their fans, right? Like imagine. So
It's fine to engage your fans, but why argue with someone that you don't know, like this person? You know what I mean? Like Shannon and Michael, right? So Michael's different. Michael posted your private conversation on social media. That to
right.
me was just bad, like
Okay.
personally, for all accounts.
We all agree.
Shannon commented on a post that he thought was real, and
Mhm.
Katie said it's not real. It's not real. How can you da 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 and attack Shannon? Right? Shannon replied, and people were commenting under their Twitters,
Yeah.
and Katie was replying to people that he didn't know because he was like, well, he's a bit of, so it's like he took that and saying, well, if you want to talk to me, do it on social media. Why talk privately? Da da da. It's like, Katie, bro. Like, and again, Katie will do that and drop 30 points that night, right? Like, it won't affect his game, but I'm saying his mental health it's not good because even like Drake disabled his comment section because after a while, it took a toll on him. People
Mhm.
commenting negatively. Even like there's many stars who have disabled their comments because it's too much sometimes as a star. I get that. But Katie is just like he'll comment for a month and then he'll stop because you could tell after a while it affects you. But anyway, I just think social media is good for engagement. Yes, for him to show positive impact and support and being a spokesperson for good things. But like having fight with people online that you don't know. After a while, I'm saying it'll take a toll on you for sure. It will. It has to. You're a human being.
True. Crystal.
Um, how do I say this? From I think he needs to step away from social media because he clearly can't handle it. He clearly can't handle what comes with it. I mean, look, he used to have the burner account where he used to make fake tweets. Like, why are you as a multimillionaire considered top 10 to top 5 for some people in the game right now, having a burner account to talk about people, like, why do you need this like fake outlet, right? Like,
Well, I think he needs to have the fake outlet because when he comes with his real outlet, people come after him like they just
but
did.
he's being fake though, regardless. Like, for me, sorry,
Mm.
for in my opinion,
Mm.
if you can't stand to your word, you're being fake. Like, if you have to think of a medium where you're speaking, then that's not really you. If you have to hide behind like a persona to speak, personally, I still think that's being fake.
Agreed. I agree with you there.
Well, I
That
do
is being
agree.
fake to me.
I do agree about it being fake. Like the so I
And I'll
don't
say
think.
why I also think that too. Sorry to
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
feel like what stems from a lot of this for KD is, I think, which I can't remember who said it, he's insecure.
Yeah, I
And
said
I
that.
think
Yeah.
he became insecure, really, and this might be my bias coming in, when he jumped to the Warriors. And he did not. And why I say that is because I don't think he really understood what he was really doing when he jumped to the Warriors.
What was
And
he
I
really
think
doing?
he was crapping out on his team and going to and getting a ready-made, going on a ready-made team where he didn't have to do anything. They didn't need him to win. They could have still won, right? He went from losing to a team, right? Losing to the Warriors.
7-game series.
That Warriors team the next year, a 73-9 team. He wasn't needed. And why I say that, there's debate about blah, 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 blah. He can go anywhere, whatever. The fact that they changed the rules the year after, so it could never happen again, because the only reason they could do that was because the NBA had that influx of money that year, was able to pay KD that 1 year, and then after that 1 year, he could sign on to the Warriors later. And the NBA actually changed those rules because it was like, it created such a bad imbalance in the NBA when he went over to the Warriors. Anyways, I'm going down a rabbit hole. Sorry, but I think that really started this whole digression of how we see KD and how he acts in the public. I don't think he was prepared for the scrutiny that came from that move. I don't think he was prepared for the questions on his legacy because of that move. And I think that all these reactions, he's always trying to prove himself. He's always trying to KD, regardless of if he thinks his rings are valid, he's still top 5. He's still top 10.
Yeah, he's still a top player for sure.
Top 10?
He's top. No, she's saying he's top.
He's top 5, but some people might put him as top 10.
Top 5? Like, yes, he's top 5. Okay, so where do you put him in your top 5? Just ballpark.
Okay, so I would say, if I'm gonna go off my top 5, he would probably be.
Hold on. Would he make your top 3?
Are we doing it like?
We're doing it like what you think is your top 3. Would you
in the
put
NBA
KD
right now
in your top 3?
Okay, so my top 3, Russ is gonna be there because I just think he's
like you love Russ.
Yeah. No,
and I really think he deserves to be there.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
that's fine.
You think Russell Westbrook is better than KD?
No and yes.
Okay.
I think there are aspects that make Russ a better player.
Let me make it easy. Let me make it easy
has a
for
better
you.
impact on a team? Probably KD.
Let me make it easy for you. You're a GM of a team. You have a choice between Russell Westbrook and KD. Who are you taking?
That's what I'm saying. I think as a player, Russ is better. But if I had to think about the impact someone's going to make right away, it's going to be KD. And I would
pick KD.
I would sign KD.
Yeah,
I completely understand. I guess I might be putting some personal
I think so. Yeah. So that's what
and that's fine, right? Like it's your own opinion.
Too, though, full stop. I do believe that Russ is in that conversation. Like what he does, I think translates very strongly as opposed to KD. He can have an impact, but like what players, what teammates has he really made? I don't think any team he's been on. He hasn't
been stacked. They've been
he
stacked
hasn't
teams.
contributed to the development of anyone that can be like, I play with him, and because But I could tell you, if it wasn't for Russ, KD would not be where he is right now.
Okay, and you know what? I get your train of thought, Crystal, but I just want to say this. Katie played with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
And Draymond Green. Don't forget Draymond Green, guys.
No, I'll stop at Klay. Okay.
You're so rude. And Draymond.
So he played with elite players. He went to the finals and he was the finals MVP, meaning he played with elite players and he's risen to be the best amongst really good players. So, I mean, when you say about Katie hasn't proven to make people, he's proven that he can lead by being who he is, which is one of the best.
And I don't think he has, to be quite honest. I don't think he has.
So who led that team when they won the championship?
Steph Curry. Steph.
Yeah,
to me, Steph. That's Steph's team. That's Steph's team for you. Like, I don't. Even Katie was there. To me, Katie was the best player on that team. I'm not denying that. But the leader of the team was Steph Curry. Steph could only contain Draymond. Katie cannot contain Draymond. Draymond would knock Katie off if he could. But Steph can contain Draymond, Klay. That was their leader. And hence why Draymond said, bro, this isn't your team, bro. Like, Draymond and him had an argument because I think Katie thought that he was the leader of the team. And they're like, no, Steph is. You're on our team. We appreciate you being here, but our leader is Steph Curry. So to me, that team is led by Steph Curry, and I think Katie was on that team to give him a ring and to beat LeBron.
That's it. Period. That's it.
Katie was on the team to be the best player on the team.
No.
Okay.
I said Katie was
the best player on the team.
No. You know what? How can you really say that he proved himself? Okay, in the finals. I'm not talking about in the finals. Yes, he elevated and he deserved. I agree. He deserved finals MVP.
Okay.
Because he was overall the best player.
Yeah, in the series for sure.
That it was clear as day. I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
Well, I guess overall, what I'm trying to say is, how can he be deemed like the best player when and his skills are so top notch or whatever when he's coming to a team that was already there? He didn't have to like help them get there. He just got there after like losing to them the year before. He went there and this, like, for lack of better words, rode their coattails to the final.
Oh no, hold on. There's a difference. They went to KD. KD didn't go to them.
No, yeah, that's fine.
What is?
They went to KD and said, KD, we need you to put us over the hump.
What hump though? They're the best season. The best season ever. What hump, Faheem?
Like, I don't like disagree.
They had no hump. They had no hump, yo.
I respect them for wanting to get him. If you can get KD,
of course you get him.
This is not on the Warriors. This has nothing.
It's on the Warriors. This is on KD. So,
and his aspect of thinking about his legacy and why I think he's so
insecure. He's insecure.
It's because he knows his legacy was hurt when he made that move. It didn't hurt the Warriors. It didn't hurt the Warriors. It hurt him because he left a team that beat him the year before to go to a team that was 73-9. I don't care if they asked for him or not. And that takes your legacy down right away. I'm sorry. You didn't see, Jordan and Kobe are the same.
Jordan and Kobe didn't do that. LeBron, like to me, what Katie did was worse than what LeBron did, to be honest.
Why?
Yeah, because at least the team wasn't like that team. Even though it was good, but he didn't when he went to Miami was like lower in the conference. They had Wade, obviously,
but remember, like that Boston, that was against Boston.
Jordan was like, you come to me, you play with me. Kobe was like, you play with me, and I will make you better. I will rise us up. So, like, I was actually happy to see him go to the Nets because I'm like, okay, finally, let's see what you can do. Let's see how you can lead a team and develop it. And then they got Kyrie. I'm like, okay. And then they got
Harden.
And then they got what's the kid from Clippers? DeAndre
Jordan.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, so we're doing this again. This is the building of the team. Oh no, so you need stacked players to to get you there. Again, I think this is what really leads to his insecurity, and he takes it out on social media. And when people like question it, it triggers
That's a good theory, Faheem. You can't deny her theory,
And
Faheem. It's a very good theory because
he needs like more social media management, if they need to disable it, whatever. But I think that is what leads to these outbursts. Until he can get that set in his mind, he's going to continue to let all this affect him.
Faheem, there's no other player that acts this way on social media. There's none. None.
We're on the same page. We're on the same page.
So
Just where we kind of deviated was the questioning of where KD should lay in the
like KD
rankings.
to me is the best player in the NBA. Personally, I think he's the best player in the NBA. Him and LeBron are very close, but LeBron is good, but he's older now. But KD, if I can pick KD or LeBron, I'm picking KD. Like he's really good scorer, he could do it all, and he's tall, he's fast, good passer. Like this guy's good. So I'm not denying that, but to me, it's like being the best player, like being the top 2 player in the league is just it's just not really something people do. Like normally the top best player in the league, you're kind of quiet. Like, I'm the king, I'm good. So
but you have to prove.
Like KD's talented. Like he's so talented for him that there's no need for him to prove himself because he does it on the court every night. And despite his social media like outbursts, I still think he's a great player. My thing is that for his mental health, it's very strange for a grown man to behave this way when he's the top of a superior league in sports in the world, and he's acting this way. This is very strange for him. It's not something that you normally see by like even Beyonce. Beyonce's quiet. She ain't gotta do nothing because her fans will defend her. Katie, you have fans, bro. Have your fans defend for you and just be quiet, bro. Like you don't gotta defend yourself. You got your fans there for that purpose. You know what I mean? Like imagine Jay-Z defending himself on Twitter, Jay-Z or like Beyonce. No, because they're the best in what they do. They don't have to do that stuff. So Katie, my thing is that don't be insecure, be confident, and know that you're doing well. And then if I'm Katie, I'll win a ring and shut everyone up. That's what I would do personally. Like why talk on Twitter?
That much, though. That's the problem.
So one last thing. Sorry, I missed that.
I'm saying his rings don't mean that much, and that's why he's so insecure.
Yo, Chris shot fires for Katie tonight, boy.
It's true though. If you're that level of whatever, why are you letting all these little minions affect you? Because you know the things they're saying are true. He feels insecure. I don't think his rings are that valid. I think the only good ring that LeBron has is the year he won with Cleveland. The other ones, I don't think matter much.
What? You don't think LeBron's Miami rings matter when that's like he's at the peak of his prime? Those don't matter?
I would say...
Remember, that's where he got his first rings.
Yeah, I realized.
They don't matter?
His first ring when he conferenced Bosch to come over, the team, when Allen saved their behinds. Right?
Yeah. Ray Allen was the real MVP on that team. Ray Allen,
both years. And even still, I think the LeBron ring in Cleveland is probably the best ring. But if you want to really go behind it, if Kyrie hadn't done his ish, they would not have won that series. Okay,
Boston's ring with Allen, KG, and Paul Pierce. Does that matter?
Yes.
So why does that?
Hold on. They beat Pistons that year, right? It was Pistons.
I can't remember who they beat that finals. But remember, Paul Pierce was there originally, and then they got KG and they got Ray Allen.
Yeah.
But Ray's a veteran though at that time. Like he was a vet player, which is fine. You get a vet player. It's like Clippers picking up Rondo. You know what I mean?
It's the same principle. I'm not disagreeing. It's the same super team principle. They're the ones that really actually started it.
There are 3 franchise guys on one team.
Yeah, they started this whole let's come together and do this, and they were at the end of their careers, right? They didn't have rings. KG had been in Minnesota.
That's true.
I think no. KG, you're right. He's in Minnesota. He's there for a while, but I think the same amount of time that KG was in Minnesota, pretty close, was when LeBron was in Cleveland and went to Miami.
No, I'm not disagreeing, but what I'm saying is but the difference is though. When LeBron did that, he was still young and at the top of his career. When KG went over to Boston, he was nearing the end of his career. He was an older player. He was an older player.
He wasn't still in his prime. He still wasn't probably one of the best power forwards when he was in in
He
Boston
was a
the first
top
year they
player,
won.
but wasn't the best player
later in
though.
his career, right? He wasn't the same young age because remember, LeBron started. Obviously, remembered LeBron was like what 17 when he started. So even if he went
18.
after like
After
like
high
5,
school.
whatever, he was still early 20s, as opposed to KG was older in his years.
And also, guys, like right, keep in mind that there's many players in the past that have jumped to teams for rings. Like we saw many players their last 2-3 years in their career or 5 years in their career, they ring chase. LeBron was ring chasing from this first year, so he started the whole. He did though. So
he was locked in, and he knew he wasn't
began the first ring chasing right away. Like he was in the early of his career ring chasing.
How was he ring chasing? He was drafted by Cleveland. How are you ring chasing?
No, but I'm saying that most people ring chase Faheem towards the end of their career, right? Hence why like Giannis stayed in the Bucks right now because he's not ring chasing yet. But my thing is that like LeBron, he started this whole let's all talk about being together as friends and play together. He started that entire trend, right? To me personally, or Boston, either one. When he did it,
Boston like started it, like, but not as obviously as they did. They were like,
LeBron was like, "We're on to go. We're on vacation. Talk about our plan to leave our teams to go to Miami."
Blah, blah, blah.
Just for the record, Barkley went and played at Houston.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
with Clyde Drexler.
But how old was he then?
Olajuwon.
How old was he then, though? He was old. They're both. Like Clyde was old too.
Malone did it with the Lakers. Malone
did.
No, but
Peyton did it.
Malone
Eric did it too. Peyton did it as well. Kemp.
They all tried. Steve Nash went to the Lakers, trying to like get a ring at the end.
See, those are old.
But yeah, no. But I'm saying they were ring chasing, right? They're like, okay, where can I go that I can like finally do something? Even Shaq, towards the near end of his career, he played with Cleveland. I don't know if you remember that. He was old and slow, and he was done. But he was trying to get like another ring.
But at the end of the day, like I think Crystal hit it on the nose. Like Katie's insecurity, like his social media rant started around that time, defending his decision. Again, listen, he's a grown ass man. He can do what the hell he wants. But I'm saying he's been on defense mode since then. Very defensive, very agitated. And so I just hope that he does resolve this because it's not healthy for himself or for his friends to see their boy like this. You know what I'm saying? If I was Katie's friend, I'll be, yo, bro, like, calm down, bro. It's Shaq, who cares? Shut up, ignore him. Ignore them. Like, why do you care?
Yeah. Fair enough. So with KD, he was on a podcast and he was mentioning his top 5 players that he's played with. He originally had Serge Ibaka at number 5, and then he was corrected to say that Russell Westbrook, and then some people say he forgot genuinely. Some people said, you think there's shade also? Okay.
Of course there was.
There's shade.
He's not even slick with it. He's not even slick with it. It's so obvious.
He's human though. He's
human.
True.
He's human.
He very easily could have forgot.
He didn't forget. You saw his expression. He did not forget, especially when the guys were like, "Oh, really? That's the fit? Okay." He's like, "Yeah. Why else? Come on. You know he didn't forget." He didn't.
I took it as,
I can't speak for Katie, but I'm gonna say that Westbrook should be this top 5 for sure, because like that's just not make any sense. It's like when Denver Nuggets slighted Carmelo Anthony, who was there for like a decade. Like it makes no sense for him. I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't.
But he covered it up though. Like I mean, he came back, he retracted it, he admitted, "Hey, I forgot Russ," and he added Russ. And not only did he add Russ, he actually bumped Russ up a spot. He didn't put him at 5.
He should.
He corrected it.
Again, Katie is just very like he's a very different dude.
Russ. He set a new record for triple doubles. Most triple doubles. Let's see here. You have a Nelly J. What's the record that Russ has is most triple doubles.
Triple double, I think, against every team.
Against every team
he's done in the league, which hasn't been done before.
Never done. So every team he's got a triple double against. That's quite a feat. I just want to give a little bit of context to this though. When you shoot, so 3-point shots, how it goes is longer shots, longer rebounds. That's just the facts. Now in today's NBA, there's a lot more 3 points, a lot more 3-point shots than ever. Every year, it's a trend going upward.
Mhm.
So if you're going to have more 3-point shots, you're going to have more long rebounds because it's not a high percentage shot. So it makes it that much easier for guards to get rebounds. No?
No, Faheem, no, I don't think so. No,
The
No.
first rule
because
you're taught when you learn basketball is when your shot is off and to follow the rebound,
Right.
right?
But understand when you shoot, that means you're 25, 30 feet away from the basket. That means there's a big,
Yeah. And
no,
there's
I
a
get
lot of
that, but
play
Faheem, like,
between, go ahead.
but like if you watch Russell's rebounds, like I've seen him rebound over like 7 feet guys. Like
No, no.
he's not just rebounding 3 points, and also his passing game, his assists, like is not just a rebound. I didn't think that Russell is like on the court. He's a mammoth. Like this guy wants everything. He wants every ball, every basket. Like when he plays, he's just greedy for everything. And that's and that intensity, that hunger to win is why he has this title, because he like every game is up there. Like I haven't seen Russell Brooke ever play one game and be like just like slow, and this guy goes hard every game.
We're on the
So
same page.
so to me, it's not about the 3 point. I think it's just work ethic, because if it was easy, then everyone would have one right now. We'll see many players with the same thing as him, but this guy plays hard every day.
But you do see there's more triple doubles now than ever. If you look at it in NBA history over the last 5 years, there's more triple doubles than there has been
Yes.
ever.
Oh, for
So-
sure.
Because the game is evolving. You have big men. Like you can't be a big man in the NBA right now and not have the ability to shoot the 3-point shot. Or you're a dinosaur. You're a DeAndre Jordan.
It's
You know
great
what I'm
to
saying?
see that when you have that extra tool, but also too, let's also remember assists are not easy to get. I think to me,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
assist is the harder of the three to attain, right? Like to me, like
To
a
get over
rebound,
10 assists a game for him, 10
yeah, like
assists.
to rebound your
10.
shot, like when you again, when you shoot, you know when it's going to be off, and you know where it's good. Like you always have an idea of where to go for it. Okay, then you get your points, layups, twos, whatever, threes. But assist depends on other people. You have to set them up, put them in positions to get that. And to me, that's the harder assist, the harder of the three. So when he has all these triple doubles, it's showing you that he's getting 20. He's giving his team 20 to 30 points outside of him, right? Because
that's
those
amazing.
10 assists means he's helped his team get 20 to 30 points. I'm like guesstimating it, like some threes or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So he's adding that value, plus he's getting his own rebounds, plus he's adding his own points. My only knock on Russ will probably be I know he shoots too much. His percentage should be like he shoots too much for his points sometimes. Like so he could cut that out. So that's probably his only knock on his game. But so that's why I think his triple double mean even more because of that particular one in particular.
I'm riding with you. I do think that Russell's glaring weakness is his 3-point shooting. It seems over the years to be getting worse. But he's, you find other ways to get it done. Russell Westbrook gets that done. I know Russell was your boy, so I'm not even going there.
No,
I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
But also, guys, like what's cool about Russell as well is that like I think the game has changed. Like players now, back then we had only guards and forwards. Now we have centers that act like guards. We have forwards acting like point guards. Like these athletes are so different than what we saw beforehand. We have guys that should only be playing power forward, but they could also shoot, drive to the rim, like you know what I mean. So the whole game, like Giannis can play 1-4 if you want, or 1-5. You know what I'm saying? So these guys have. So to me, these athletes are better than the past, and he's still getting these numbers. So that to me is very impressive. Is that even though these players are getting better each generation, his numbers are still high. You know what I'm saying?
Younger kids who were born in like 1999 and like 2000.
Yeah. They're born in 2000 right now, playing in the NBA for him. That's crazy.
That's
Yo.
All right. So shout out to Russell Westbrook.
Shout out. Congrats, bro.
All right, Nelly J, let's go to For the Culture.
All right, y'all. For the culture, we'd like to highlight individuals that are for the culture. And today we're going to highlight Serena Jamaica Williams. That's right. Full name. Guys, you know who she is. She's won 23 Grand Slams, the most by any player in the Open era, second most of all time. Her and her sister teamed up in 2009, and they're part owners of the Miami Dolphins, an NFL team. Okay, big up. She did a 5-part HBO docuseries back in 2018, titled Being Serena. And now we got Miss Serena Williams doing a new TV deal with Amazon. And that will be bringing her life story on the small screen, both professional and a personal life. And it'll be a series of docuseries, just her sharing different stories of her life. It'll be scripted, also stuff that also unscripted as well. So guys, Serena is just been for the culture, but this is someone where, talk about, watching Black stories, right? Black stories. And she's probably one of the GOATs that we've seen today, but now being able to witness what she's been doing and kind of see her evolution is so beautiful. So what's your thoughts, guys, on Miss Serena Williams and her new TV deal with Amazon? So if, Crystal, you can go first, my dear.
Like, she's bad. She's bad. Like, there's no other way to say it. She's the greatest female, one of the greatest athletes that I will bear witness to, period, male or female. And I love that she's already thinking, of different things that she'll be able to do once she retires fully. She has this Amazon deal. Like you said, she's going to do docuseries. I also read that she's also going to be trying to develop other creative projects that might not center around her. I don't know if you guys know this too. She has her own clothing line too that she started like years ago. So I love seeing when athletes diversify. And if you don't want to, that's fine. You don't have to. No one says that you have to do this and that. But it's great to see that, you can be more than an athlete. You can do other things. You can go into business in this creative out. You can be a business owner in this way. You can do your creative outlet here. You can play your sports. There's so many different avenues. And it's just a great example. And again, like I said, Serena is bad. There's no
body.
Can't touch her. Can't touch her. So I'm looking forward to seeing, because I saw the HBO one. The HBO one was really good.
Yeah, it was.
What she did with that one. So I'm interested to see whatever she develops with the Amazon deal.
What is good to see is athletes, actresses, actors taking control of their own brand. And there's different platforms that's available now that have popped up over the last 10 years. It's great to see that they are actually being in the driver's seat and dictating their own brand. And the perfect example of that would be Dave Chappelle, what he's done with Netflix. Dave Chappelle went to the system, again, distribution elsewhere, and now he's recognizing, you know what, I can go straight to the consumer through them. I like to see that that's what's happening with Serena now, where Serena's upping her business to another level and partnering with Amazon with this, with the name of it is Plum Pictures, Goal Hanger Films, and they're partnering with Amazon Studios, and she's going to be executive producing this also. So
that's money, man. Producer money is big money,
Right. So that's where the power of this is. Especially now where the timing couldn't be better for this because she's at the last chapter of her tennis career.
That's 2 more years for you. Stop this. 2, 3 more.
She's toward the end of her career.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, toward the end. Yes.
And she hasn't. We know her on the court. Off the court, they've done other things also, but she's not oversaturating the market with behind the scenes and what's happening with her family. We know what we know, but there's so much more to figure out and to find out. So it's great to see that at this point, she's going to be able to show us what she wants us to see and put it together in a package. So I'm really excited for this. Shout out to Serena for this, and best of luck with this.
Yeah. No, it's going to be great. And just to also remind you guys that this year, Will Smith, he's doing a film that's called King Richard, which is about Serena and Venus's father. That's coming out, I believe, in the fall, hopefully. But congrats to Serena, Amazon TV deal, big up Uno self, Jamaica.
Bomb. All right,
Joe.
So let's transition to our last topic, which is that's absurd.
That's absurd, Faheem, bro. What was absurd this week? What was absurd?
So Zion Williamson had his debut at Madison Square Garden. Now to give some context, Madison Square Garden, it's definitely a place where players want to play, like just the environment, just being there.
It's
So
historic.
It's
very
also
historic,
like New Yorkers, man. Those guys are a different kind of people, yo.
right? So Zion goes, plays with his old roommate in college at Duke, uh, Jr. Not Jr. RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett.
Plays with RJ Barrett,
Mhm.
and with RJ, they. So actually, I'll just go to right to the question that I have. So Zion in the press conference, he says he's gushing
Yeah, he's
ear
so
to
happy to be
ear,
there.
so happy to be there, and saying that he other than New Orleans, New York, Madison Square Garden is his favorite place to play because he played there in the tournament. Now, the reason why we're going with that's absurd is he plays in New Orleans, a very small market. Small market teams have a hard time of holding on to marquee players. It's a
Hmm.
history that happens. It's kind of absurd for you to be saying how much you love playing in this place when you're playing elsewhere that's trying to keep you. Absurd. Nelly J.
Absurd. I was just surprised that he called like the Mecca of basketball in New York. Like, I don't think like to me, like New York is a great city. It's the most populated. It's huge. But the way he was blushing, like you swear there was a ting like waiting for him in like like he was just gushing and blushing and just so like he was so happy to be there. I'm like, bro, this joy you've had I haven't seen anywhere else but New York. So it's like, does he want to be there? Is he trying to say, hey guys, in New York, like I want to be here, but not say it? So it was absurd for me because it seemed like he wants to be there and stay there for the future. So and like Nick fans are already like, yo, son Zion, because Nick fans are like that, right? They're already on this guy, but I don't know, like it's absurd, but I also feel like I understand because New Orleans is a small market. And if I'm Zion Williamson, I want to play somewhere that I can make the most impact for my career, even when I retire. And I think New York will be the place for him, to be honest. How about you, Crystal? Your thoughts on what he said?
So I guess I would say not absurd, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that deep. I mean, this kid plays somewhere where there's like maybe like a million people, and then he travels to New York, the Mecca, like one of the top cities in the world. He's playing in Madison Square Garden. He's playing with an old, like I just think it's just him being a kid, being super excited, not really realizing like he needed to maybe tone it down a bit. But like I think it was really just like him being young and the fact that like so many players I've seen this so many times where they're like, LeBron used to do this when he first started. Like I particularly enjoy this stadium or that stadium, right? Players like baseball players, they loved going to the old Yankee Stadium. That was like the mecca for them. For
Yeah.
like back in the day, the Gardens was like the place where like you just got a vibe from going there. And Madison Square Garden, Staples, I think to some people it kind of feels that way too. So like that's how I took it. Like he was excited. This kid is living somewhere that's not a big city. He's in the city now. Like everything is like, ooh, so shiny and bright, and he's excited. He's with his friends. It's just a different environment. And he got all giddy, and that's all it was to do. Obviously, not obviously. I think that team has a really good thing going for them. Young kids, and
Who Pelicans or Knicks? Which
or
team?
the Pelicans. The Knicks are still in
Pelicans?
Pelicans. So it would be great if he stayed there, like, and to see what they could do. But we also know more than likely in a couple of years he's going to move to a bigger city.
Yeah, he's moving
Like
for
that's
sure.
just so like I don't necessarily think because he was so giddy there means it's gonna be New York, but like it's gonna be more than likely that he is going to go to a bigger city. It might not be New York, it's gonna be somewhere else. So I really just think he was just being a kid and just like so excited and like I'm at Madison Square Garden and you look up in the rafters and like, you know.
So, but thing is, if Zion was going to make a move, like hypothetically, he has to wait 6 years. Like
Yeah,
literally, he has to wait for his
he's
contract to get
locked.
done. So imagine you live in New Orleans, right?
Or bust a heart in, and just
Right.
force yourself
And
out of
force it.
there. Remember,
But
like nowadays, players don't have to stay anywhere. They can just force themselves out. Let's be
we're gonna
He's
honest.
assume
gonna be there for a good couple years.
we're gonna
Yeah,
assume that he's gonna play the
he's
game
gonna
the
stay
right
there for a
way, and
while. Yeah.
he's gonna be there. You live in New Orleans right now, and it can't be a good feeling for you right now, knowing that regardless, you're trying your best. Remember, they lost Anthony Davis. And actually, they lost Chris Paul first. They lost Anthony Davis.
Mhm.
It's not a destination. It's one of the smaller markets in the NBA. So they have
Yeah.
it hard enough as it is. Do you really need in your first year of having this? Like you're still in the honeymoon stage with this kid, and he's pretty much showing you, hey, you know what? I'm a rental. I'm probably gonna go
I
to
don't
New
even
York
think
and
he's
play for
showing that. I just think it's his age and not really appreciating the
Honestly,
fair enough.
situation,
it's
right?
funny, right?
Like he doesn't have the ability to really be like understand yet. Okay, that's not the best move for me to say that. I can show that I appreciate where I am and I love the opportunity to come here and play. But he's young. He doesn't get those things yet. And I bet you after that though, his media trainers or whatever they have, 'cause they all have those, all the teams have
Let's
those.
talk in the back.
Yeah, they talk to him and it's like, these are your speaking
Let's
points
go.
next time. That's how you
Zion.
pivot. And you will not see that happen again. You will not see that happen again.
But you know what, guys? Like, end of the day, Pelicans are 11th place and the Knicks are 4th. So, like, no one's happy when they're losing. No one's happy. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how great potential is. When you're losing on a losing team, you're not happy. So Zion is not happy in the Pelicans because they're not winning enough games. Now, if they were like top 6 or 7 in the Western Conference, cool. But the West is hard. You got Denver. You got all these good teams in the Western Conference. I can't see Zion staying there past 2 more years. Like, Zion's gonna push his way out that door in at least 2 or 3 years. There's no way staying there like AD and LeBron, like his Batman to his Robin. Until that, he's out. I'm sorry, he's not staying there for 6 years.
Well,
No way.
realistically, he has a Robin to his Batman. Brandon Ingram, trust me, like he just won Most Improved Player. He's on the rise. He's a young player.
I
He's
know,
an
but he's not a
all-star.
superstar. He's not a superstar. I don't care. He's not a superstar. He's not
Now,
KD. He's not
in,
Jalen.
They
hold
have
on,
a good
in
foundation
No,
there.
he's good, guys. He's a good player, but
three,
like, is
4 years, he could really get to be a top.
And that's what I'm saying. They have a good foundation, and it would be great if they could keep it because it would be like another kind of like that's what the Warriors did.
Right.
Like people remember the glitzy Warriors, but for years they steadily stacked.
Yes,
OKC
yes.
did that too. They steadily stacked and gained
That's
players.
true.
It would
We'll
be
see,
great
guys.
if
But
they could-
ultimately, it's going to come between. Think about it. You're going to have Brandon Ingram, who's a good, or RJ Barrett, someone who you are friends with, who's playing in the.
I think he wants
market
RJ, y'all. I think he wants the RJ train. He wants
That's
that.
That's what I'm going with. Yeah, like his media people probably pulled him up back and said, "Yeah, don't do
They
that."
absolutely did.
They
They're
had
like,
to.
next time, these are your speaking points. This is how you do it, and this is how you deal with that. You can express excitement, but you got to bring that down.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. And
Well,
that's a
y'all,
wrap.
That was
Let's put this
episode 36.
36 in the books.
Ooh, ooh, y'all. Tonight was a spicy night, boy. If you want spice tonight, no pepper sauce on this episode. So, Crystal, as you know, we love to give our guests a chance to do a shout out. So please, the floor is yours, my dear.
Yes. So thank you for having me. Just keep a lookout for some new products that are launching on my website. I have here, I can't tell if you can see it.
Ooh,
Closer.
lip gloss.
Closer. I'll be
Closer.
Yes.
Nice. There
Yes,
we go.
nice.
Slay
Slay
chick
chick.
lip gloss.
Yes. So I've been working on this for a long time, and I'm very happy that it'll eventually be released for the masses. So that's one thing. And just keep a lookout. I have signed up for markets, which are like my favorite things to do because you get to meet people in person. But obviously, with the situation right now, they're on hold. So those will be delayed. I'm very hopeful that at least by June or July we can do some markets and get back out there. But yeah, so just follow me on Instagram, slay_chick, and my website is www.slaychick.com. And yeah, thank you for the support. And it's things are coming. It's been a busy time, but I'm working on things and slowly getting it out there. Oh, I forgot to. Sorry. I will be part of one of many Black Canadian sellers who will be showcasing their products at a pop-up store that will be located at Scarborough Town Center. It will be run by Black owned. You can find them on Instagram, and it will be a store in Scarborough Town Center. If you're not from Scarborough, Scarborough Town Center is a major mall, and it's a 6-month lease. And I will have stuff selling there along with other sellers. So it'll be a great showcase of Black small business owners in Ontario.
Nice. And when is this going to be? Because I know we're currently in a lockdown now. So,
originally it was going to be May 27th.
right.
Was going to be the launch date. Unfortunately, I think we can all kind of probably guess that at the end of this lockdown, we're probably going to go into another one. So it's going to be pushed back. That will be updated shortly. But stay tuned for that. It's a really great initiative. Lots of great sellers selling multiple things. And it's just great.
That's amazing.
In a major mall that is showcasing small business owners, particularly Black owners.
Awesome.
That's a great initiative. Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing that, folks. Hopefully this lockdown, I saw Doug Ford crying today on the camera because he's upset about his ratings going down. But so hopefully this will be the last lockdown for the year. But yeah, guys, to support these Black business owners, man, that's amazing, Crystal. And I can't wait for you guys. Her lip glosses, I had one. I had samples from from Christmas, and they're great. They are very smooth. They smell well. So yes, y'all, get your lip glosses. So my shout out is to Crystal. Thanks for joining us on a podcast. You know, I love that you're on here because you keep it real, keep it 100. All we ask for, you know what I'm saying? My other shout out actually is we have a lady on here. So her name is Jennifer Jo Cobb. She's a very famous driver, and she's debuting herself as a NASCAR Top Series debut at Talladega Speedways at Geico 500 on April 25th. So that's huge. She's the first female driver since Danica Patrick in 2018 to drive in a cup race. So
nice.
Bigger up, Jennifer Jo Cobb. I love seeing women, especially in sports, you know, competing against men. You know, I guess racing is the one sport you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really gender, it's just like race in a car. Yeah, exactly. So hopefully like be more women, you know, pursuing that career. So big up Jennifer Cobb.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. My shout out, I want to shout out Crystal. Once again, thanks for coming out. Also want to put your lip gloss up again for the screen. We're talking about Serena and there we go. Slay Chick gloss. Right. And your website once again is Slay Chick,
www.slaychick.com.
Be sure to check her out. I wouldn't be a good husband also if I didn't big up my wife also. Shout out to my wife on Instagram. It's Beauty by AYY. Once again, it's Beauty by AYY. We're talking about women and Black entrepreneurs. She's having her own line of eyebrow pencil and also
the struggle that Faheem has for makeup.
Oh yes, and also eyelashes.
And eyelashes, dope.
Yeah, mink eyelashes also. So once again, I know we have a lot of fellas tuning in today, but if you do have your lady, be sure to have your lady check out slaychick.com. Have your lady check out on Instagram, Beauty by AYY, and support Black women.
Absolutely. Protect Black women, support Black women, y'all.
That's right.
So that was episode 36, guys. Please subscribe, like, and share with a friend.
That's right. You know where to find us. We're there for you on all platforms. That's Good Rookies, episode 36, and we out.
Peace.